The world is an ocean, vast and unyielding, its waves glittering with promise, wealth, freedom, a life that burns with purpose. Yet most people cling to the shore, their feet anchored in the sand, watching the horizon with longing but never daring to sail. They are broke, not just in their pockets, but in their minds, their spirits, their courage. Why? Because they accept the chains they forged, believing scarcity is their fate. Napoleon Hill, the relentless cartographer of success, spent his life studying those who broke free: Edison, Carnegie, Ford, Lincoln, men who saw the ocean not as a barrier, but as a path. They weren't born with treasure maps, they were born with fire in their souls, a refusal to let the world define their worth. The difference between those who stay broke and those who claim abundance is not luck or genius, it's a choice. A choice to reject the lies of limitation, to rewrite the story of your life, to sail into the unknown and seize the riches that await. You stand at the edge of that choice now. Will you remain tethered to the shore, or will you unfurl your sails and break free? The answer lies not in the world around you, but in the world within you. Your mind is a forge, a molten crucible where every thought is shaped into destiny or despair. Hill taught that poverty is not just a lack of money, it's a state of mind, a surrender to thoughts of fear and scarcity. Most people stay broke because they let their minds become wastelands, cluttered with doubts, excuses, and beliefs that keep them small. Your thoughts are not fleeting, they are architects, building either palaces of possibility or prisons of lack. Picture a seed buried in the cold, dark earth. It could rot, forgotten, or it could push through, reaching for the sun, growing into an oak that defies the storms. Your mind is that seed. Plant it with belief, water it with purpose, and it will grow into a force that reshapes your reality. But let it be choked by negativity, by the whispers of "I can't," and it will wither into regret. The first step to breaking free is to master your mind, to choose thoughts that build bridges to abundance rather than walls of want. Belief is the spark that ignites the forge. It is not a timid hope or a fleeting wish, it is a fire, a defiant conviction that you are destined for more. Hill called it faith, not in some distant force, but in the infinite potential pulsing through your veins. Most people stay broke because they believe they are unworthy of wealth, unworthy of success. Doubt is a cunning thief, creeping in with lies. You're not smart enough. You're too late. It's not for you. But look at the giants who broke free. Abraham Lincoln, a backwoods lawyer with no pedigree, believed he could lead a nation through its darkest hour. Walt Disney, bankrupt and broken, believed in a mouse that would charm the world. They were not born with silver spoons, they forged their crowns with belief. Belief is not about ignoring reality, it is about seeing a reality others cannot. It is standing in a desert and envisioning an oasis, staring at an empty wallet and seeing a future of abundance. To break free, you must forge a belief so fierce it drowns out the world's doubts. Clarity is the lens that sharpens belief into purpose. Without it, you are a ship lost in fog, drifting aimlessly while the world moves on. Most people stay broke because they never define what they want. They chase vague dreams or someone else's goals, never anchoring their desire. Hill taught that desire is the starting point of all achievement, but desire without direction is a wildfire, beautiful, but destructive. Picture your life as a vast, uncharted map. Where are you going? Not where society pushes you, not where fear permits, but where your soul demands. Clarity is not a gift, it is a conquest, won by interrogating your heart. What do you want? Not just money, but the life it enables, freedom, impact, joy. Write it down. Speak it aloud. Let the answers carve a path through the chaos. Clarity is not a single epiphany, it is a fire, built question by question, choice by choice, until your destination burns as bright as the sun. Vision is clarity's child, the blueprint of your escape from scarcity. It is not enough to know what you want, you must see it, feel it, live it in your bones. Vision is the architect's plan, the sculptor's sketch, the composer's melody before the first note. Andrew Carnegie did not just want wealth, he saw steel bridges spanning rivers, factories humming with life, a nation transformed. His vision was so vivid it pulled him through betrayal and hardship. Your vision must be just as real. Close your eyes. See the life you deserve, not the one you've settled for, but the one that makes your heart race. See the bank account that reflects your effort, the home that shelters your dreams, the freedom to live on your terms. Write it down. Speak it into existence. Let it become a fire that nothing can extinguish. Most people stay broke because they never dare to dream vividly. To break free, you must hold a vision so clear it bends reality to your will. Purpose is the fuel that feeds your vision. It is the why that makes the how possible. Most people stay broke because they lack a reason to fight, a cause that pulls them through the pain. Purpose is not a lofty ideal, it is a force, a North Star guiding you through the storms of doubt. Viktor Frankl, who survived Auschwitz, said that those who found meaning could endure anything. Your purpose need not be grand, it need only be yours. It might be to lift your family, to create something that outlives you, to prove to yourself what's possible. Hill studied Henry Ford, who did not just build cars, he built a legacy of progress, a world where movement was freedom. Ford's purpose was not profit, it was possibility. Find your why. Let it be the heartbeat of your journey, the fire that carries you further than talent or luck. Without purpose, wealth is hollow. With it, even the smallest step is a triumph. Discipline is the steel that holds purpose in place. It is not glamorous, but it is the difference between those who dream and those who do. Most people stay broke because they surrender to comfort, to the voice that says, tomorrow is fine. Discipline is saying no to the easy path, showing up when you're tired, when you're afraid, when the world offers every excuse to quit. Hill marveled at Thomas Edison, who worked through 10,000 failures to invent the light bulb. Edison's genius was not inborn, it was forged by discipline. You are not your feelings. You are not your fatigue. You are your choices. Discipline is choosing to act when every fiber craves ease. It is the daily deposit in the bank of your future self, the quiet vow that you will not betray your dreams. To break free, you must build habits that align with your vision, brick by brick, day by day. Action is discipline's air, the tangible proof of your resolve. Most people stay broke because they wait for the perfect plan, the right moment, the absence of fear. Action is not perfection, it is motion. The world rewards the bold, not the flawless. Hill's philosophy was about creating the moment, not waiting for it. Edison did not wait for the light bulb to invent itself. He tried, failed, adjusted, tried again. Each failure was a step, each step a victory. What is your next step? Not the grand leap, but the one action you can take today. Take it. Then take another. Momentum is a force of nature, and it begins with a single push. Action is the bridge between your mind and the world, the moment your dreams take root in reality. To break free, you must move now, not later. Courage follows action, not the other way around. Gratitude is the quiet power that fuels endurance. It is not a shallow platitude, it is a lens, a way of seeing that transforms scarcity into abundance. Hill believed that gratitude aligned the mind with opportunity, tuning it to possibility rather than lack. Most people stay broke because they focus on what they don't have, blinding themselves to the gifts already in their hands. Look around you. The breath in your lungs, the chance to try again, the lessons carved into your failures, they are treasures. Andrew Carnegie, at the height of his wealth, said his greatest riches were his ability to appreciate what he had. Gratitude does not erase struggle, it gives you the strength to face it. It reminds you that you are not a victim of life, you are its architect. In the moments when the path feels steep, pause. Breathe. Find one thing, no matter how small, that anchors you to hope. Let it ground you, and then keep moving. Adaptability is the art of dancing with change. The world is not a static canvas, it is a river ever shifting, sometimes calm, sometimes raging. Most people stay broke because they resist the current, clinging to plans that no longer serve them. Those who break free learn to navigate the flow. Darwin did not say the strongest survive, he said the most adaptable do. Hill's contemporaries, like John D. Rockefeller, thrived because they embraced change. When markets shifted, when rivals rose, they pivoted, innovated, endured. Your plans will fail. Your expectations will shatter. That is not defeat, it is data. Learn from it. Adjust. Keep moving. The mind that seeks abundance is not rigid, it is fluid, like water carving its way through stone. Adaptability is not surrender, it is strategy, the refusal to be broken by a world that never stands still. Resilience is adaptability's twin, the unyielding refusal to stay broken. Life will test you. It will hurl storms at your ship, not once, but countless times. Most people stay broke because they let those storms sink them, believing the waves are their fate. But those who break free see the storm as a forge, shaping them into something stronger. Napoleon Hill taught that every adversity carries the seed of an equivalent benefit, a hidden gift waiting to be claimed. Lincoln lost elections, buried children, faced a nation tearing itself apart, yet he rose, again and again, because his belief in his purpose was unshakable. Resilience is not the absence of pain, it is the choice to keep sailing despite it. Look at your own scars, the failures, the rejections, the moments when you thought you couldn't go on. They are not your defeat, they are your strength. Find the seed in your struggles. Nurture it. Let it fuel you. The world respects those who rise, not those who never fall. To break free, you must decide that no wave, no matter how fierce, will drown your fire. Learning is the lifeblood of resilience. The mind that stops growing dies, and with it, the dream of abundance. Most people stay broke because they cling to what they know, fearing the unknown more than the cage of their reality. Hill spent decades studying the successful Edison, Carnegie, Ford, not to bask in their glory, but to dissect their methods. He was a student until the end, and so must you be. Learning is not a chore, it is a rebellion against stagnation. Read. Listen. Question. Seek mentors, not to follow blindly, but to stand on their shoulders. Thomas Edison's genius was not a gift, it was built, experiment by experiment, book by book. The world is a classroom, and every experience is a lesson. Failures teach more than successes. Critics sharpen more than compliments. Embrace them. Let them refine you. To break free, you must believe that you deserve to grow, that every lesson is a step toward the riches you seek. The universe opens its secrets to those who dare to learn. Courage is the heartbeat of learning. It is not the absence of fear, but the choice to act in spite of it. Most people stay broke because they let fear anchor them to the shore, whispering that the sea is too vast, the waves too high. Fear is a shadow, cast by the light of your potential, and it grows larger the closer you come to breaking free. Hill studied men like Henry Ford, who faced ridicule for his horseless carriage, yet sailed forward, undeterred. Courage is not a feeling, it is a decision, a vow to step into the storm even when your heart races. The world will not cheer you at first. It will doubt you, mock you, test you. But courage is the fire that burns through the noise. J.K. Rowling, rejected by 12 publishers, could have buried her manuscript. Instead, she chose courage, believing her story deserved to be told. That courage birthed Harry Potter, a world that enchanted millions. Your courage is your power. Act, and fear will bow. Move, and the path will appear. Autosuggestion is the silent architect of courage. Hill taught that the subconscious mind is a fertile garden, and every thought you plant takes root. Most people stay broke because they sow seeds of doubt, letting their inner voice echo the world's limitations. Autosuggestion is not wishful thinking, it is a deliberate act of programming your soul with the truths you choose. Oprah Winfrey, born into poverty and pain, could have believed she was nothing. Instead, she spoke a different truth. She stood before mirrors, before empty rooms, and declared her worth. I am destined for greatness, she told herself, and her mind listened. That belief carried her from a small-town newsroom to a global empire. You are the gardener of your soul. Speak to yourself with conviction. Write your vision in bold letters. Say, I am capable. I am unstoppable. I am worthy. Let those words sink into your core. They are not empty, they are the foundation of your freedom. Mastermind alliances are the scaffolding of your belief. Hill believed that no one breaks free alone. Your vision is a flame, but it burns brighter when surrounded by others who share your fire. Most people stay broke because they surround themselves with doubters, with voices that dim their spark. A mastermind is not a casual gathering, it is a coalition of minds, a circle of dreamers who challenge you, sharpen you, lift you higher. Andrew Carnegie surrounded himself with advisors who were smarter than he was. He did not fear their brilliance, he harnessed it, building an empire that transformed a nation. Look at your circle. Are they anchors or wings? Do they dull your fire or fan it into a blaze? Seek those who see your potential, who hold you accountable, who refuse to let you settle. Steve Jobs did not build Apple alone, he had Wozniak, designers, visionaries who shared his dream. Your mastermind might be mentors, peers, even the wisdom of books. Build your alliance. Let it be the wind that carries you to heights you cannot reach alone. Sacrifice is the price of breaking free. Abundance is not a gift, it is a trade, a willing exchange of comfort for conquest. Most people stay broke because they cling to the familiar, unwilling to let go of the small for the sake of the significant. Hill studied men like Thomas Edison, who gave up sleep, security, and approval to chase his vision. Sacrifice is not loss, it is investment. Serena Williams sacrificed parties, rest, the carefree life of youth to train, to compete, to win. She chose the court over comfort, and it made her a legend. What are you willing to give up? The late night scrolling? The toxic relationships that drain your soul? The fear of being seen? Sacrifice is not punishment, it is power. Every no to the trivial is a yes to your destiny. To break free, you must decide that your future is worth more than your present ease. The cost is high, but the reward is eternal. Time is your most precious currency. Hill warned that drifting, living without purpose, is the greatest tragedy of all. Most people stay broke because they squander their hours, spending them on fear, procrastination, or pleasing others. The clock is ticking, not to scare you, but to awaken you. Marie Curie, toiling in a freezing shed, discovered radium because she treated time like gold. She did not waste it on doubt or distraction. Audit your days. Where does your time go? Does it serve your vision, or does it betray it? Cut what does not matter. Protect your hours like a fortress. Time is not your enemy, it is your canvas, and every moment is a brushstroke. To break free, you must paint with purpose, seizing the now before it slips away. Persistence is the relentless pulse of your journey. It is not glamorous, it is the grind, the long nights, the moments when you feel like you're shouting into the void. Most people stay broke because they quit when the waves grow rough, believing the storm is the end. Hill called persistence the sustained effort that builds faith, the refusal to let setbacks define you. Elon Musk watched his first rockets explode, his companies teeter on the edge of collapse. Yet he persisted, through failure, through ridicule, through the weight of a world that said he could not. Persistence is not about never falling, it is about rising every time you do. The world will slam doors in your face, laugh at your ambition, tempt you to quit. But persistence is the voice that says, not today. It is the courage to knock on one more door, to take one more step, to believe that the next attempt might be the one that changes everything. Your freedom is not a sprint, it is a marathon, and persistence is the rhythm that carries you to the finish line. Faith is the invisible force that fuels persistence. It is not blind optimism, but the burning conviction that your vision is not just possible, it is inevitable. Most people stay broke because they lack this faith, surrendering to the world's verdict that abundance is for others. Napoleon Hill described faith as a state of mind, a belief in yourself so fierce it aligns the universe to your will. Nelson Mandela, locked in a cell for 27 years, did not just hope for a free South Africa, he believed it was his destiny to build it. That faith sustained him through darkness, isolation, and despair. Your faith must be just as unshakable. It is not about ignoring the obstacles in your path. It is about knowing you are bigger than they are. Faith is the whisper that says, "This is not the end." It is the courage to bet on yourself when the world bets against you. Write your vision on your heart. Carry it like a torch. Let it light your way through the storms. To break free, you must believe, not with hesitation, but with the ferocity of a warrior claiming their birthright. Imagination is the workshop of your faith. Hill taught that the imagination is where all plans are born, where dreams take shape before they touch the world. Most people stay broke because they cage their imagination, believing their reality is fixed, their limits set. There are two kinds of imagination: synthetic, which reshapes existing ideas, and creative, which taps into the infinite intelligence of the universe. Walt Disney was a master of both. Bankrupt, mocked, told his dreams were childish, he imagined a world where joy came to life. He saw castles, characters, entire kingdoms before a single brick was laid. Disneyland was not built with money, it was built with imagination. Your mind is the same workshop. Close your eyes. See the life you deserve, not the one you've settled for, but the one that sets your soul ablaze. See the wealth that reflects your effort, the impact that echoes your purpose, the freedom that crowns your courage. Let that image pull you forward. The world cannot resist a mind that dares to dream without limits. To break free, you must unleash your imagination, letting it paint a future that others cannot yet see. Influence is the ripple of your imagination. You are not a solitary flame, you are a beacon, capable of lighting the way for others. Most people stay broke because they focus only on their own survival, never realizing their power to inspire. Hill's mastermind principle was not just about receiving support, but about giving it, creating a cycle of growth that multiplies. Malala Yousafzai, a girl shot for daring to learn, turned her pain into a global movement for education. She did not stop at surviving, she chose to influence, to speak, to inspire. Her voice became a call to action, not because she sought fame, but because she sought change. Your influence is your power to shift the world. It is the kind word that saves a stranger, the idea that sparks a revolution, the example that shows others they too can break free. You are not here to hoard your abundance, you are here to share it. Who will you lift? What will you start? The world is not changed by those who wait, it is changed by those who act, who inspire, who believe their influence matters. Commitment is the bedrock of influence. It is the unwavering resolve to stay true to your vision, no matter the cost. Most people stay broke because they waver, chasing fleeting distractions or bowing to the pressure of the moment. Hill studied men like John D. Rockefeller, who faced vilification, betrayal, and chaos, yet remained committed to his empire and his philanthropy. Commitment is not a feeling, it is a vow, a promise you make to yourself when the path grows dark, when the world turns cold. Maya Angelou, who rose from trauma to become a voice for millions, did not just write, she committed to speaking truth, to lifting others, to living with purpose. Your commitment is your anchor. It is the voice that says, "I will not quit." It is the fire that burns when all else fades. Make your vow. Write it in stone. Let it guide you through the tempests. To break free, you must commit, not just to wealth, but to the person you are becoming. Joy is the unexpected gift of commitment. Breaking free is not a grim march, it is a dance, a celebration of the life you are forging. Most people stay broke because they see struggle as punishment, never finding the light within it. Hill believed that a positive mental attitude was the key to unlocking opportunity. Joy is not the absence of hardship, it is the choice to find meaning in it. Walt Disney, battered by bankruptcy and betrayal, never lost his childlike wonder. He built an empire of joy, not because life was easy, but because he chose to see the magic in every moment. Your journey will be heavy. There will be nights when doubt weighs like iron, days when the waves threaten to swallow you. But in those moments, seek joy. Find it in the small victories, the step you took, the fear you faced, the dream you held fast. Joy is the spark that keeps your fire burning. It is the reminder that you are not just surviving, you are thriving, sculpting a life that sings with purpose. Connection is the heartbeat of joy. You are not a solitary voyager, you are part of a vast, vibrant tapestry, woven with the threads of those who sail beside you. Most people stay broke because they isolate themselves, believing they must face the sea alone. Hill's philosophy was rooted in the power of connection, the idea that we rise together or fall apart. Martin Luther King Jr. did not dream alone. He stood with thousands, marched with millions, spoke for those whose voices were silenced. His vision was amplified by connection, by the hands he held, the hearts he moved. Seek your tribe. Find those who see your fire and fan it, who challenge you to sail farther, who remind you of your worth when you forget. Connection is not weakness, it is strength. It is the courage to be vulnerable, to share your dreams, to ask for help. You are not diminished by others, you are magnified. Build your bridges, not your walls, and watch your abundance grow. Humility is the quiet guardian of connection. It is not self-doubt, but the recognition that your journey is part of a larger story. Most people stay broke because they let pride blind them, refusing to learn from others. Hill taught that the most successful were those who listened to mentors, critics, even adversaries. Humility kept Andrew Carnegie grounded as he built his empire, kept Thomas Edison curious as he chased the impossible. It is the willingness to say, I don't know, but I will learn. The world is a chorus of voices, some will cheer, some will condemn. Humility lets you hear them all without losing your way. It reminds you that your ship is not above others, but beside them. Stay humble, not to shrink, but to expand. The greatest voyagers are those who serve, who lift others as they rise. Your belief in yourself is fierce, but your heart must be open. Infinite intelligence is the unseen current that flows through your humility. Hill believed that the mind is a receiver, capable of tapping into a universal reservoir of wisdom and inspiration. Most people stay broke because they never listen, too caught in the noise of their doubts. This is not mysticism, it is the spark of creation that pulses through every inventor, every dreamer. Marie Curie did not discover radium by chance. She tuned her mind to the frequency of possibility, pulling answers from the ether through relentless curiosity. You have the same access. In the quiet moments, when you silence the world's clamor, you can hear it, a whisper, a vision, a truth that feels bigger than you. Trust it. Nurture it. Let it guide you. Infinite intelligence is the wind at your back, the compass in your hand. To break free, you must believe you deserve to receive it. Open your mind. Listen. Act. The answers are waiting. Legacy is the shadow you cast across the sea of time. It is not about wealth or fame, but about impact, the lives you touch, the hearts you awaken, the paths you illuminate. Most people stay broke because they never think beyond themselves, never see their power to shape the future. Hill believed that true abundance is achieved in service to something larger. Maya Angelou did not just write, she inspired. Her words, her courage, her refusal to be silenced lifted generations. She said, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Your legacy is the feeling you leave behind. It is the family you lift, the community you build, the dream that lives because you dared to chase it. Ask yourself, what mark will you leave? Not for your ego, but for the world. Your abundance is not complete until it ignites others to claim their own. Now, stand at the helm of your ship. Look back at the shore, the doubts you left behind, the fears you conquered, the chains you broke. They are not accidents. They are the crucible that forged you. You are not the person who stood trembling at the edge. You are a force, a creator, a voyager. The world is not the same because you chose to sail. But this is not the end, it is the beginning. Your abundance is not a treasure to hoard, but a fire to share. You are here to build, to inspire, to leave a mark that echoes through time. The ocean is vast, but you are vaster. The waves are fierce, but you are fiercer. Close your eyes. See the life you were born to live, not the one you've been handed, but the one you deserve. See the wealth that reflects your courage, the impact that carries your purpose, the freedom that crowns your faith. Feel the weight of your vision, the heat of your resolve, the pulse of your legacy. This is your moment. Not tomorrow, not when you're ready, but now. The clock is ticking, not to limit you, but to remind you, you have everything you need. Your mind is the forge, your belief the fire, your actions the hammer. What will you create? Step forward. The sea is calling. Unfurl your sails. The riches of the world, wealth, freedom, purpose, are not beyond your reach. They are yours to claim. The world is not waiting for you to feel worthy, it is waiting for you to act worthy. You are not here to cling to the shore, to drift, to stay broke. You are here to sail, to create, to become. Go now. Light the world with your fire. Your time is now.